lovely human beings of the internet. I'm Elizabeth, and today I am showing you my December wrap-up. These are all the books I read in December, including what I read for the booktube-a-thon and the cram-a-thon. Let's get started. So I didn't finish any books before the booktube-a-thon started, and then I also didn't keep track of which books I read for the booktube-a-thon and which ones I read for the cram-a-thon, but I did read 8 books in the however many days that lasted. What was it, Saturday? I don't even know. But I read 8 books for the read-a-thon, and I'm going to show you which ones they were. So first I read Can't and Won't by Lydia Davis. This is a collection of short stories, and they were really good. A lot of them were hilarious. Some of them were really boring, but I was reading a couple of these in between books, and I really liked it. I'm glad I'm getting into more short stories and such. Next is another book of short stories. It is There Once Was a Girl Who Seduced Her Sister's Husband and He Hanged Himself. Love Stories by Ludmila Petrus. I've said it before and I'm not trying to say it again, but I read these. I liked these a lot better than the Can't and Won't stories by Lydia Davis. These were more character driven. They had more of a plot. I would really recommend, if you want to read some good short stories, to get this book. The first book I read for the booktube-a-thon was not on my TBR, but I had just gotten it in the mail and I was just kind of staring at it and I wanted to reread it, and that is Just One Day by Gail Forman. In love. Loved it the first time, loved it the second time. Allison is just, oh, I love her so much. She totally is. After she gets home and finally finds herself with her Shakespeare class and that summer before she goes back, and oh, it's so good. Next, I read All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. This book, guys, it was so good. 5 out of 5 stars. I know I didn't give ratings to any of the other books, but 5 out of 5. This goes back and forth between the present, which is 1943, I think, and then the past of the 2 main characters' lives is about a girl named Marie, who is a blind French girl, and how she has to grow up in the early 30s and 40s blind. Her father worked in a museum, and there was a diamond thing going on that I really can't tell you completely about. And then the boy is a German orphan who is very, very smart and very good with electronics, who gets enlisted or gets drafted into the Nazi army and things. I thought this was going to be a love story. It's not. Not a love story at all. But it was very, very beautifully written, and it was very, very good. Next, I read Skinny by E.B. Koslick, maybe. This goes back and forth between 2 perspectives of sisters. One sister is 21 and is anorexic and has been struggling with that for a few years, and then the other sister is 14, and it's kind of how her older sister's anorexia affects her life. And I gave this 2 stars. It was not very good or very interesting. The characters weren't believable. Giselle, the older sister with anorexia, I just didn't believe that she actually, I don't really know, it was obvious she had a problem, but I just don't think it was written very well, and I was not a fan of this book, and I'm probably not going to keep it. Next, I read This Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan, the second in the Heroes of Olympus series, and Percy came back! Okay, I love this book. I give this 4 out of 5 stars. My 5 stars are pretty special, and this is only a middle grade book, so not 5 stars, but 4, which is a very good rating. And we meet Percy is back, and we can see what's going on, and then we meet Hazel and Frank, who I really loved. I definitely like Frank more than I like Jason or Leo, and so that's a thing, and I really liked everything about this book. I'm really loving the series. I am trying to go slow through Mark of Athena because I have these in paperback, so I want to get House of Hades and Blood of Olympus on paperback, so I have to wait a while. Love Percy so much. I'm so glad he finally came back, and if you haven't read this series yet, but you've read Percy Jackson, get going with your life. The next book I read was The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This book is about a little girl who lived in India with her neglectful parents, and because of war in India and issues, she has to be sent to England to live with her uncle. Very sweet book. I love the movie, and it was very short. It was nice to read. And the last book I read for the readathons this month was A Little Princess by the same author, and this is one of my favorite movies, and it's a little different than the movie. I did find out as I was reading these that these are adapted versions for children to read, so I really do want to get my hands on the original versions and read those. That is all I read for the Booktubeathon and cram-a-thon. I don't know the pages, I really wasn't keeping count, and I'm so lazy, guys. So I just read those 8 books in, I think it was less than a week. I thought that was pretty good. I was really proud of myself. It really got me in the reading mood. But then with the holidays and everything, it's been a little slow going, and I've been flipping through different books. The only other book I finished in the month of December is Through the Evernight by Veronica Rossi. This is the sequel to Under the Never Sky. This is a dystopian novel where something has happened to the earth where there's something called the aether in the sky, and it causes these really bad storms, so humans have to live in pods and they can't go outside, but there are outsiders, and I'm entirely not sure about it. That I really like Arya and Peregrine, the 2 main characters, and it flips between their 2 points of view. But this is the same problem I had in the first book, is that I don't understand the aether. I don't understand why they have to live in pods. I don't understand how this happened to the earth, and she never explains it, and that really bothers me. I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 stars because it was obviously a setup for the next book. Not much really happened at all. It was kind of boring. And also, there's just still no explanation as to why this is happening to the earth. I think there's 1 sentence about a sun flare, and that doesn't make any sense to me, so I'm really getting annoyed with it. I'm not even sure I'm going to pick up the 3rd book, because like I said, this is all set up, so I just don't care that much anymore. And I really wish I did, because I love Perry and Arya's love story, and then Roar is hilarious. I love him so much. I love these characters, but the plot's just awful, and it's just, there's no explanation, and I'm so sick of being confused as to what's going on in this book. So sick of it. Those are all the books I read in the month of December. I have 12 days in January to read before school starts again, so hopefully I can get a good chunk done, and I want to try to read a little bit more during the school year. Hopefully I have the time. I don't really know what's going on, but you will see me, I promise. I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's Eve. If you're doing anything fun, let me know, because I'm apparently going out. Brandon's making all of the plans, which terrifies me. So, that's a thing. Let me know what you guys are doing. I will see you next year. Bye!